Hi everybody, and welcome to the final Conversations with Zingdad for 2023.
Happy holiday season and Festivus and Merry Christmas and Hanukkah and whatever else it is that you're celebrating. Yule, happy Merry Yule.
What he said. So today we're going to be tackling a really contentious topic. And it's a topic that many people actually struggle with. And we know that because we get a lot of questions about this and a lot of concerns and so on. And that's the topic of money.
Money.
Yeah. Filthy lucre. If we're a doctor or a lawyer or an accountant, we have absolutely no trouble charging for what we do. And in fact, often charging outrageous amounts for what we do. But the minute we start stepping out onto our spiritual path and we start ascending our consciousness, suddenly we feel really uncomfortable about charging, particularly when we've found our authentic self and we are expressing that self and expressing our spiritual gifts. And then we find it really difficult to charge for that. There's kind of this feeling that money is somehow tainted or dirty somehow, and that our spiritual gifts are sacred and we should not mix the sacred and the profane. And I know this is something that Arne has struggled with for many years, is actually charging for his spiritual gifts and how much may he charge and should he charge. And I know that many of you struggle with this too, because we get a lot of questions over the years and actually, frankly, some criticism and some fingers pointed like, why are you charging for your gifts? You should be giving it free of charge. So today we thought we would tackle this prickly nettle and lay it to rest once and for all. So, Arne, over to you. What is the story about charging for your spiritual gifts?
Yeah, wow. Thank you for a beautiful introduction to the subject. So, I think, it's such a full subject. There's so much to be said about it. And the first thing I want to say is concurrent with this conversation. I'm also busy producing an expression from Adamu, the latest puzzle piece, and in that puzzle piece is about the dark magic trick that is fiat money. Okay, but notice the importance there, fiat money. So fiat money is a black magic trick. I can't take myself seriously.
No, I can't either.
So the thing with fiat money is it's money that is issued, it's declared by kind of fairly top level agents of the dark elite, and it's created out of debt, and it has ramifications that ripple across the whole world. The consequence of fiat money is that the whole world is in debt. As Adamu points out, it's like $300 and something trillion that the world is in debt.
But to whom?
Well, so Adamu goes into that. It's essentially, it's to the dark elite. It's to their system of shells and control. So as a result, we start out with this kind of feeling that there's something wrong with money. And especially as you wake up to your divine connection to spirituality, there's a feeling something's not cool here. And you notice everybody around you who isn't awake is like grabbing for money, because they're falling for the black magic trick. They're falling for the story that's being psychologically sold to them, that money is the answer to all your prayers. You say to people, if you could wave a magic wand right now, what would you want? And then what they want is money. They want a raise. The thing I need most is an increase. Except Pikachu, he just wants this ring toy. The thing I want most is an increase at work. I just want to lose 5 pounds, and I want an extra whatever, salary. Or I want to win the lottery. If I win the lottery, all my problems would be solved. And people are willing to do extreme, egregious things for money. So money has this power over people. And then as you wake up spiritually and you realize that, you have this feeling that money is tainted, is dirty, and I must, if I sell my spiritual gifts, for money, It's going to taint my spiritual gifts. I'm going to get lost in that, and it's quite a tightrope to walk. To do this and not start fiending for money, to offer your gifts and not like someone starts giving you money for what you're doing. Now you start twisting what you're doing so that it maximizes your ability to earn. It's a tightrope, but it's not an impossible tightrope, and we need to get right down to the awareness that money, in its purity, is just an exchange of energy. And if I am not getting an exchange of energy for my spiritual gifts, like if I'm healing, if I'm teaching some, beautiful methodology, if I'm offering massage or yoga or something spiritual, and I'm not receiving a return on my energy, I'm creating an imbalance. So how is that return? And if I'm all stuck about money, I'm actually blocked in the direction of receiving. Like I can only give, not receive. That means I'm polarized service to other, which is not a bad thing, but people who are polarized service to other find themselves getting depleted, energetically depleted. It's like you can't have a reservoir, you can't have a pond of water that only has outflow. Yes. It runs dry. So we've got to be in right relationship with life. And also, if you only ever give, people who want to give back look at you and they're uncomfortable with you. You start to invite people into your life that only want to take. So if you're only a giver, you only meet takers. So for myself, I like engaging with people who are in balance, people who are in harmony within themselves, people who don't want to be creating imbalance, people who don't want to just come and take. Takers are not fun to play with. I don't want takers in my tribe. I don't want takers as clients. They're operating at a frequency that's too low for me. I don't work at that frequency. So I've realized you've got to start with giving, and you've got to unblock the receiving, and you've got to have a peaceful heart and a peaceful mind in between the giving and the receiving. Then abundance happens. I charge money for what I do, but people say, but the things that you're doing are a gift. Like it's a gift from God, and that's not wrong. Healing flows through me, it doesn't come from me. But my time is my own. It's a very limited resource. I've got so many hours in a day, and if I'm not receiving, if I'm not being rewarded for the time I'm spending healing or teaching or doing that kind of stuff, then I've got to be spending that time doing something else.
Which generates money so that you can live in this world, right?
And if I'm doing something else to generate money, then I don't have time and energy and passion and space to do this. So I wouldn't be where I am now in my own journey and my own progression, because every time I heal somebody else, I heal myself. Healing flows. We're in oneness. So every time I give and I receive, and then I realize I am living on my light. That's where I want to be.
I think that's where we all want to be.
So if you have something inside of your soul, you got this light that wants to shine, and you're unwilling to receive reward and energy, and which in this world looks like money. For that, then you don't do that. You do something else, and then tentatively give a little when you can, but you're not really spending all your time, your energy, your focus on the development of your gift. You're retarding your growth. You're holding back on the giving. You are denying the world the privilege of what you have to give because you're scared of money, because you're wounded about money. So, in summary, money is what we've got right now. I mean, it has various manifestations. Whether it's Bitcoin or, whether it's using your credit card and PayPal, or money is what we've got right now to exchange energy over a distance. And we redeem money by releasing our judgments and our hatred and our fear and all of that around it. Money is transforming. It's going to transform. The money, as we know it right now, is busy imploding on its own footprint. The financial world, as we know it, is busy imploding. When it implodes, the dark elite have a plan for the Great Reset. They will fail. because human consciousness is rising. So we will have a new economy. We will have new money. We will have a new way of relating. But if you're going to wait for that before you start giving a gift, so let's engage with what we have. Let's maximize our ability to shine our lights and give our gifts, and stop operating from a place of fear and lack, and stop blaming and shaming and hating people who are making a success. Let's get less stuck and allow energy to flow with what we have. In summary.
Thank you, Arne. That's actually a great explanation, and I appreciate that. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for asking the question. All of you that asked the questions and came trolling and came pointing fingers. Thank you to all of you too. Yeah. It helps to refine the truth, to look at those questions.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Bye.